What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to another video of whatever I guess this series is going to be called. I haven't really had the chance to name the series yet, but I'm Slixk. Remember that name and be big one day, but I'm not going to take any of that glory and put it on myself. I'm going to bring it straight to Jesus Christ. So if you don't believe in Jesus Christ, maybe one day you can. And if you don't, if you're not open to that idea, hey, it's a cold world, I understand. But at the same time, just stay. Maybe you see that following Jesus is kind of cool. Well, it is really cool, to be honest, but a lot of people that don't believe in Jesus feel like it's not cool, but it's really cool. So stay if you want. If not, I totally get it, but I'm not going to take too much of your time. Today we're going to be talking about consistency over validation. Alright, we're going to start with C over V. Perfect. This whole video is going to consist of 10 things that you can pick up. Our first 5 are going to be the do's, and our second 5 are going to be the don'ts. We're going to start with number 1. Focus on your why. Alright, focusing on your why can consist of many things, but the 2 main important things is to remember why you started and what truly matters to you. Okay, so a lot of people start their channels, or they start their business, or they start whatever it is that they may be starting specifically, and a lot of people don't have a why. And this is why a lot of people can't stay consistent, and this is why a lot of people drop out the game. The majority of those who don't drop out of the game are the ones who have a why, a purpose for doing what they do. Okay, now some of these purposes can be negative, some of these purposes can be positive, but at the end of the day, you have to figure out what is your why. Your why is very important. Ask yourself, why am I doing this? And is this something that'll benefit me even later down the road? Alright, number 2, show up consistently. Show up consistently. Doing this is one of the most important ones. Not because everybody says stay consistent. When everybody says stay consistent, it's usually because they don't want to give you the behind the scenes of how everything goes. What they don't tell you is how much you have to post, or how many different people you have to be around to go viral in a certain way, or what different things you have to do that makes you step out of your comfort zone to do so. But the thing about this is you have to be ready. Okay, you have to be more than ready to be able to step out of your comfort zone. When it comes to doing content, you got to be more than willing to step out of your comfort zone. Now, this comfort zone does not align with your true overall branding as a person. Do not go nowhere near it. Some people do some crazy things just to get into the fame game, and then it only ends up being about numbers. So if one video goes high and the next video goes low, it hurts your mindset in a way. Like, it makes you feel like you tripping, if that makes sense. So let the consistency be about you working on your craft, and you, whatever that craft may be, just make sure you're consistent in doing it. Okay, I know it gets annoying hearing people say stay consistent, stay consistent, stay consistent. Yes, stay consistent, but don't try and listen too much to what they're telling you to do to be consistent. You stay consistent in your own way, and over time you'll start to see some things that you can change, and some things that don't really look how it's supposed to look, you can now change it in the future. But right now, work on yourself, work on your craft, stay consistent in doing so, because a lot of y'all, well, me included, we get to the point where we want to change it up so much to fit the standard of what other people are doing that we end up losing our craft and our purpose in doing it in the first place. Okay, so let's not do that. Alright, number 3. Believe in your own vision and decisions. Now, for me personally, I trust God. So yes, my instincts play a part, but my instincts wouldn't be what my instincts are without God. If that makes sense. The discernment that I need to do what I do comes from Him and Him only. So that's my version of how I do things, which I definitely recommend for you to do. But for people who don't really do that, just trust your instincts. But then again, your instincts can kind of lead you in a way that you shouldn't be going, because it always wants to do what the majority of everybody else is doing, if that makes sense. So just make sure that you fight against that if that's how you want to go about things, okay? Alright, next up we have number 4. Number 4 is going to tie into number 2 in a little bit. Measure your own progress. What this does is highly important, okay? This is you comparing yourself to your past self. Not other people, but to your past self. So remember when I said when you show up consistently and you do the work how you have designed yourself to be able to do it, you'll be able to see yourself making a growth, if that makes sense. Either way, if you stay consistent from now to 6 months ahead, you'll see some type of growth. Like I'm telling you, you're going to see some type of growth. So with this being said, if you're measuring your own progress, all you do is go back to look at where you came from, where you started. This not only gives you the motivation to keep going and to keep progressing, but what it also does is it shows you if you changed anything, okay? It shows you if you made any progress in how you change your content and how you elevate your content and make it be better than what it was, okay? So one space you do not want to be in when you're measuring your progress is when you get to like 6 months ahead and then you look back and it's like, dang, nothing changed. I've just been doing the same content, okay? Now, unless your content is like just the masterpiece and it's like the most exquisite content out there, which 99% of the time is not going to be. No disrespect, but that's just how it's going to be. Like, there's always going to be other people that appear to be better than your own. And you may feel like your work is your best work, which we should all feel this way, but it's always going to be, in this world, the game is always what people like the most, okay? So whatever they like is how they see it. So somebody may look at somebody else's stuff and say it's better than yours. Whole time you know that yours is better. But to them it doesn't matter, right? Because it's the people's opinion that matters to everybody else. So you just make sure you compare yourself to your past self. Not to other people, but to your past self. This is how you check if you're actually making any good and real progress, if that makes sense. Okay, last one is the most important, obviously, of the list of do's. And this will be authentic. What being authentic entails is you just being you. You stay true to who you are, even if it's not popular. Okay, there's going to be people doing popular things so that they can get to the top faster. You make sure that you just staying true to who you are. Don't ever step too far out of your bubble if that's not the lane that you set for yourself. So remember, all of these things tie together. Why? Because what does number 5 lead to? It leads back to your why, which is in number 1. Focus on your why. If you can find your why, you'll have a plan set ahead of yourself. You won't let all of the internet media around you change course of how you plan different things or how you do your content. So if you stick to a plan and you start off with a plan and you have your why am I doing this? I'm doing this to reach this certain goal. You're going to have to stay on that path and very minimally do things that are out of your comfort zone. But to do something that's way off, that's in a whole nother niche, don't get too far outside of your zone, if that makes sense, okay? Don't get too far out of that. Make sure you stay authentic and stay true to who you are. Focus on your why, which is number 1. What does focus on your why entail? Remember why you started and what truly matters to you. Number 2, show up consistently. Do the work that it requires and practice your craft. Number 3, trust your instincts. Believe in your own vision and decisions. But as I said in my case, trust God. Trust me, that goes a long way without saying. Number 4, measure your own progress. Compare yourself to your past self, not other people, but to your past self, so we can see if there's any more room for growth that needs to be happening, okay? And number 5, be authentic. Stay true to who you are, even if it's not popular. Alrighty. So now we're going to move to our list of don'ts, okay? Don't constantly check for approval. Don't constantly check for approval. Avoid the obsessing over the likes, the comments, the external praise that you may receive. Avoid all of that, okay? If your mind is wrapped around approval, I'm not gonna lie, this is not where you want to be at, because there's gonna be days where you make a fire video. You're gonna be working on a fire video, check. I know I'm not the only one where I've worked on a fire video. I spent all my time and I'm like, okay, this one's gonna hit. I post it and it gets the lowest amount of views possible. My other ones get a little bit higher than that, but the one I work the hardest on gets the least amount of views. Okay, so if my mind is wrapped around the fact that I got the least amount of views on that video, I would definitely quit. Or I would feel some type of way. I would feel like, dang, am I not doing enough? Is something wrong? Okay, so don't be checking for the approval thing. Just stay doing what you're doing. Don't ever wrap your mind around the attention. Don't wrap your mind around how many likes you get, okay? Stay secure in who you are, that you're okay with 100,000 likes or without 100,000 likes, with 1 like or without 1 like, okay? Number 7 is going to be really important. Don't change for others. Don't change for others, okay? Do not alter your content or your path just to please people. Do not do that. Because remember, we're doing this for us, right? Or whatever reason. You may be doing it for yourself, you may be doing it for God, you may be doing it for your family member. You're doing it for a reason, okay? This goes back to our why. Once you find your why, that's what you'll be doing it for, okay? If you literally change that just to please other people, you're in the wrong game. I'm just being honest, fam. Alright, we're going to move to number 8. Don't compare yourself to others. And I'm going to just say 4 words for this. Their journey isn't yours. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to touch too much on that. Don't compare yourself to others. Their journey's not yours. Remember, this is your journey. Do not compare yourself. Don't spend your time comparing yourself to other people who have a different journey, okay? Remember, we're all different, okay? And some of us may be very similar, but none of us are the exact same. God created us to all have different fingerprints. Think about that. We all have different fingerprints, okay? Nobody has the same fingerprints as you or me, okay? Remember that. So don't compare yourself to others. Don't. All right, number 9. Don't let criticism stop you. Learn from it, but don't let it derail you, okay? Learn from the criticism, but do not let that derail you from doing what you are supposed to be doing when it comes to this. And this doesn't just go for content, this goes for anything that you're doing in life. Do not let somebody's criticism derail you from your path. Just keep going, keep pushing, keep doing you. Now, some criticism is good criticism. There's going to be some hating criticism where people give you the criticism so that they can stop you, and sometimes it works. And there's going to be some criticism where people do it as a constructive way of helping you. And you can either accept it or you don't have to take it. But either way, don't stop, okay? Do not stop. I'm telling you, I've literally spent almost a couple of years always asking, what do people think about my stuff? What do you think? I'm always asking everybody, the next dude, what do you think? Do you think I'm going to be this way? Do you think I'm going to be big? Do you think this is good? I used to always find myself doing that. But one thing I'm going to be real with you on is people are always going to be telling you what you should do, but not doing what they're supposed to be doing. Right? They always in your business. Or even if you bring them to your business, they always going to tell you what you should do. You should do this, you should do that, this sucks. Or it's okay to take constructive criticism, but it gets to a point. Don't surround everything you do based off of what another person tells you. At some point, you're going to have to get your own niche for yourself, then you build and work on that. Okay? So we're going to move to number 10. And side note, you're probably going to ask, well, how is he going to teach me about content? He only has like how much subscribers? 1.3K subscribers. I'm telling you right now, it's not going to stay like that forever. But for one, as I said before, this is not just about content. These are all things you can apply to your life, I'm telling you, okay? So this is not just about content. Just trust me when I say that. It ain't content ain't the only source I be on. I'm gonna just keep it there. Do not, I repeat, do not wait for permission. Do not wait for permission. Matter of fact, this is the main one on the board. Number 10, do not wait for permission. You don't need external validation to begin or continue, okay? Do not wait for permission. Go, okay? The only permission you should be waiting for is if it's from God. If you're supposed to be in a season of waiting and you haven't heard back from God yet, this is the only reason you should ask for permission. But I'm talking about with people, Don't ask for permission. Go, okay? Continue or start. Don't be sitting here wondering, oh, I need to wait. I don't got this PC yet, or I don't got this certain thing yet. I don't got, or we can move it to life. I don't got the resources for it. It can be anything, okay? Do not, there's always something that you can start on. I'm telling you. You can even start with a simple idea. You don't have to have anything in your hand to cook up an idea. I'm telling you. Just open up your notes on your iPhone or your Android. Open up your notes. Cook up something. Or if you like me, I pray to God. I ask for him to download wisdom things to me so I can understand. And I'll write it down. So don't ever limit yourself to resources. There's always stuff you can do up here. Always remember that, okay? Now, I don't even know if a lot of y'all are going to see this, but if a lot of y'all saw it, please do me a favor and like the video and subscribe. If you don't want to, I totally understand. I'm just really just trying to help, okay? So I hope that this video helped y'all. Real talk. We have the list of 10. Focus on your why. Show up consistently. Trust your instincts. Measure your own progress, chat, not others. Be authentic. Don't constantly check for approval. Don't change for others. Don't compare yourself to others. Don't let criticism stop you. And do not wait for permission. So, I hope that this helps y'all. Jesus loves you, but I love you more. No, hold on. I messed that up. I love you, but Jesus loves you more.